whole foot? Damn. Oh, hi there. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. I was just reading Mein Kampf. Hi, happy days. My name is Daisy Maize, and I thought I would just pop in here real quick and let you know that I would really appreciate it if you left this video a like if you're having a good time. Maybe leave a comment. Tell me why you're having a good time or why you hate it. I'll delete it, but you're fully free to do so, and then I will just move on with my life. Maybe also hit that subscribe button and hit that nifty little notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post some brand new plant-based cotton candy cartoon clowny content. We do a lot of fun stuff here, and a lot of terrible shit, so stick around and you're bound to see both. Bye! Oh, wow! Hi, I didn't see you come in, because I wasn't looking. I'm very self-obsessed. Hey, I've got a question for you. Have you ever wanted to look exactly like me? Okay, you can stop laughing now. You can actually stop laughing now. I get it. I get it. Okay, I understand. You've made your point. I get it. And that's okay, because on a related note, have you ever wanted to look nothing like me and in fact avoid every single technique I've ever used to apply my makeup just to avoid the possibility of ever looking anything like I do? Then you still might find some value in this video. Stay tuned. And hey, if you like this video, then maybe like this video, leave a comment, share the video with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that nifty little notification bell so that you get notifications every single time I post some brand new plant-based cartoon cotton candy clowny content. But I'm getting ahead of myself, of course. Happy days, my name is Daisy Maize. I'm a drag performer and a recreational makeup artist. No one will take me professionally or seriously when I do it, and I wish I could blame them, but I just can't. I noticed that it has been quite some time since I did anything sort of resembling a makeup tutorial on my channel for quite some time, and that's probably because I'm not, I'm not exactly known for being a makeup artist. But that's okay. Lots of people aren't known for being makeup artists who later on go to start makeup companies and have a fantastic career that blossoms as a result of them, perhaps revolutionizing the world of drag makeup in general. I'm talking about Morgan McMichaels, of course. In any case, I have been told by ones of twos of threes of people that they like my makeup and they would love to do it similarly. Probably not the same because they don't want to be associated with me, but that's alright. I'm here to show you exactly how I do this current makeup, most recent, timeless, and most updated, never obsolete mug of mine. I do apologize for how congested I sound. That is, however, just what I'm like all the fucking time. No matter what allergy medication I take, that's just how I sound at all times, partially because of the weather, partially because New Jersey tries to kill everybody who lives here long enough by suffocation, and partially because I've inhaled a lot of powder from all of this makeup. And speaking of makeup, I think it's time I get started on taking you through the process, so please settle in with some popcorn and meth. I don't know what you do to relax. I don't know what you do while you're watching YouTube videos. Anyway, settle in, and I'm going to show you how I got this from that. Ugh. Simply disgusting. What a disgrace. I loathe it. You know what? Actually, I probably don't have to go so hard on that at the moment. So I always start my makeup with a clean-shaven, freshly washed and moisturized face. I do a little lip balm. I think I use Carmex still, probably because, or is it Carmex? I put car tires on my face and I just rub them around. I kiss them a lot. It's great. I kiss cars exclusively, so when I saw Pixar's Cars, I came. Anyway, so once I'm all shaved and my face is clean and treated and whatnot, I've, gotten rid of my most recent symbiotic twin and thrown that in the garbage. I start, as so many do, with a primer. And hey, since most of this makeup will probably have been wiped off by my multiple attempts to empty my sinuses anyway, at the end of the video, I'll show you how I take it all off and go back to boy as well. Or at least as boy as I get. Is this Daisy coming out as non-binary? No. No, unfortunately I do very strongly identify with the thing dangling between my legs. Otherwise, I'd be fucking about. Yeah, it's just the hand I was dealt. Congratulations to all trans and non-binary individuals. I think your existence is far more interesting, though I am so sorry for all of the persecution you face on a regular basis. I can claim privilege over the fact that I do not have to deal with that basically at all. Although I do use she, they pronouns as Daisy, because I view her as more of a thing than more of a girl-shaped thing than as a woman. You know what I mean? Now, the primer I've been using for quite some time is Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. It's makeup grip, moisturizes and perfects. It really feels like it erases the pores on my skin, which, you know, in the long term, not good, but for makeup, perfect. Love that. Thank you so much. It definitely makes it feel like I've got a much better starting canvas. And now that I've got my starting canvas, I like to go in with my foundation first and foremost. I use, and have used, and I finally got more of it, the NYX Professional Makeup Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Now this shade is light. I know you thought I was gonna say pale or porcelain, but I can be pale in porcelain without makeup. So for this, I like to get a little bit warmer. But also I feel like once it powders down and everything, oh, don't worry about her. It matches my my actual skin tone a lot more. I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but I'm not doing this for everybody else. So tough. For the next portion of my makeup, I start going into contours and highlights, beginning with contours. And again, we're using both NYX products for this portion. It's the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Contour Concealers. Now, for the contour, I use the shade Cappuccino, and for the highlight, I use the shade Pale. See, I told you we'd get back to pale somehow. I usually manage to find my way back to pale eventually. I like to use a sponge for these two parts of my makeup while I use a brush for the application of the foundation, because I feel like the sponge is a little more controlled, and for this, you definitely want to be in control, because a little bit of a fuck up with the concealer or contour can really change the shape of your face from what you're going for to whatever you end up with. I start with the contour because, you know, darker colors are always a little more unforgiving when it comes to makeup and art in general, so I like to start with the contour and then I put the highlight in order to kind of blend it all together and marry it in a way that doesn't give either one the advantage, you know what I mean? Now, the last part I do of my liquid and cream foundations, my underpainting, is I do some cream blush. I've really gotten into it recently. I know you couldn't tell that I'm a blush kind of girly. It is very new for me. Normally, I do no makeup at all. This is an e.l.f. liquid blush that I very much like. It's a camo liquid blush. I don't see a whole lot of other fucking information on here, but it's really cute and I like it. I don't remember if I got it in an Ipsy package or if I just bought it myself, but I mean, I guess I bought it myself either way, but I like it. It's a good one. And now that we have done all of the liquids and creams for the base and the underpainting is essentially done, it's time to set this layer of makeup. Now, I believe it's been a while and I put it in a separate container. I use a Ben Nye translucent powder, but I've mixed it with so many other powders over the years that who's really to fucking say what the chemical composition of this powder is? I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure. But I put it in this Tupperware with a sponge that is not the one it came with. And on top of that, I have one of my bronzers that came in a palette that I got from another drag queen. That palette has long since been thrown away while all of the little dishes have been taken. I do not know what brand this was, but gosh, I use them, and I use them in my white setting powder as well. So I have them both on top of those. They fit nicely. And look, tits. I'm very mature. So we start by setting everything with the translucent powder, and then I dust all that off. And then it's time to go in and set the highlights with my powder highlights using that white powder, which I believe is also Ben Nye, if I am not mistaken, if I am remembering correctly. Now, for those of you who don't know what the term baking means, I couldn't really give you a good definition, except I know what it does. I don't know if this is the official definition, but this is what I know it does. You leave it on your skin, and using the heat of your skin and the oils coming through your skin through the makeup, you know, not a lot of them, but the little bit that's like kind of pushing through, you literally bake using the heat and the oils that makeup more into the makeup that you've already set. So it does help to solidify and mattify that kind of look. It makes everything look a lot more natural. I mean, look at me. Isn't the first thing you think when you see my face natural? Ooh. Now, of course, while that baking is taking place, I'm a big old ADHD piece of shit, so I cannot sit still and just wait for it to happen. I'm not gonna do that. No. So what we're going to do instead is start working on the powder contours. Now I use kind of a medium-sized fluffy brush for this, and then I use those two bronzer palettes that I showed you that I put on top of either one of my powder containers. And using that, I just like to kind of add pigment to the already existing contours. I'm using them almost as a sort of guideline, and I am darkening them. Now, I use two shades, but they're close enough that you really can't tell a whole world of difference between them. I think this one is a little warmer, and this one is a little lighter, but they're both wonderful. I've been using them both. I don't think I would want to use just one of them. Using the multiple shades, even if it's not in a particularly intentional way, does help add dimension to your face and to your makeup. Using multiple shades of any sort of thing you're attempting is a great way to just kind of trick everybody into thinking you're an expert. And then one day, you'll just be an expert, and you won't have to fake it at all. Whoa. Hasn't happened for me yet, but maybe it could happen for you. Oh, hell yeah, coffee. Now, this point in the process is also when I start adding in my powder blushes. I use this wonderful e.l.f. palette that I have had for, well, I had a different one of the same one for years. I don't even know what this is called because, oh, here we go. I think it's just called Powder Blush Palette. It's these simple 4 colors. I use this one as like almost a bridge between contour and blush to just kind of warm everything up. And then I go for this one to do some more of the deeper pockets of my face. And then I have since been switching to this Marshmallow Blush Soft Seamless Blush from Seraphine Botanicals. I got this sent to me in one of my Ipsy packages, which, you know, unofficial spokeswoman for Ipsy. I don't know anything about their professional practices or political beliefs, so when I actually look into that and find out if there's something wrong, I will let you know whether or not, you know, it's ethical or not. But as far as I know, I haven't heard anything bad, and I've really enjoyed all of the little bags that they send, as well as the makeup that they send. I've been getting Ipsy packages long enough that I put each of my like sets of jewelry into this these little bags. In fact, these earrings that I made here, I put in with the necklace that I made. Which, do we want to go ahead and put that on? I think so. Do you like being in my boudoir? Me neither. There we go. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's a heart. Because I heart you. Does that feel threatening? Good. Before I finish this second section of the makeup, I like to also add my highlight at this point. Sometimes I go back and I add more later. In fact, let's do that right now while we're at it. Just for vibes. I am fully of the school of the Pheromone Academy of wearing a lot of highlighter because I don't think there's such a thing as too much of it. I think if your face is shiny enough to be seen from space, that's a great start. Yeah. So this is when I like to put the highlighter on before I go into the third and I would say final section of my makeup. Now, to get this tertiary and final section of my makeup done, I like to start by taking a black liquid eyeliner. You can use crayon if you want. I've just been using black liquid because it's what I have around. And I like to outline all of the details of what I'm going to be doing to my face. Now, I have recently added eyebrows back into my makeup. It is not traditionally what I've done for a while, but I was just, you know, I love not having eyebrows out of drag, and it works because it makes, you know, doing makeup in general a lot easier. But I've noticed that in drag, I have kind of been missing the eyebrows, so I've decided to add them back into that, and I'm pretty glad that I did. I really like this look. I really like how I've, you know, ended up with it, and I still get to have no eyebrows during the day as a boy, and I prefer that. I like my boy self without eyebrows. It feels goblinish, and I love that. I'm a little goblin. In and out of drag, but I look more like it out. So during this section, I will draw on my eyebrows and just be done with them. But that's after I do the outlines of the rest. So I outline my lips usually first, and then we outline all of this business with the eyeliner and where everything is going to eventually end up. I find having that guideline is nice, and usually the parts that I don't like, there's still time for me to fix it as we go. Now, the first thing I do here after I finish the outline is I usually, and this time I don't think I did, but I usually prefer to get one layer of the lipstick on first, of my matte black liquid lipstick from NYX. This is Laundry Lingerie XXL. It is my favorite liquid lipstick that I have used so far. I have it in red as well. Usually I'm not crazy about a red lip, but this one I very much enjoy, so that's been nice. But I stuck with the black today because I'm doing a couple different looks after I finished streaming, and I wanted to make sure that I could, you know, just kind of have a basis that, you know, is kind of my standard, and that is Pseudo Goth. Now, while that liquid lipstick dries, I like to go ahead and get started on my eyeliner. This is obviously the most time-consuming part of my makeup, aside from, like, if you count all of the underpainting, but I kind of count that as individual steps. Now, something I forgot to do with the liquid lipstick, which I'm actually going to do right now and show you this little trick that my friend Elixir taught me. I'm going to put a little dab of black liquid lipstick at the corners of my eyes, and this, since it is formulated to go around your mouth, where there's, you know, shocker, a lot of moisture, unless you're 80, I don't know. This is going to help to prevent any tears, any tearing up from ruining the rest of your makeup. So I'm going to leave that there and let that dry. And meanwhile, you could take a look at Past Daisy, who is currently getting the eyeshadow on first, because I said eyeliner. What I meant was eyes in general. Eyeshadow is first. I like to use a couple different shades, and then I always top it off with this lovely shimmery silver that I have from an e.l.f. palette. This e.l.f. palette, in fact, the 18 Hit Wonders. It's this lovely silver right up here. Now, I don't even know if they make this anymore. I have hit pan, and I'm scraping to the side, so I'm going to have to start looking soon into something that does at least something close to that. Otherwise, I might switch to liquids. I do have something else that isn't silver, but does give that same kind of shimmer that I might use for eyes and lips in the future. We'll see. Once the eyeshadow is done, that's when we can, well, normally this is when I would put on my second coat of lipstick, but this time I think it's when I put on my first. And then I can get into, I start with the whites of my eyeliner. Now, I cannot find for the life of me what the actual name of this white eyeliner is, this white gel eyeliner I use. I was using Trixie's Hotline, and I would use that again, absolutely. It was a fantastic product. I just accidentally left mine out and it dried. That is 100% my fault. The eyeliner itself was fantastic. Now, this one that I do have, I got online. It doesn't say anywhere on the actual package what the brand name is or anything. If I remember when I'm in post and I'm editing this, then I will... Ooh. I love that. Okay, I usually hate ASMR, but I'm starting to, with the nails, now I'm starting to get into it. They're a little grown out, and shut the fuck up about that. Thank you so much. So I start with that white gel eyeliner, and then I set it with a white eyeshadow. Not all white gel liners will need that. Trixie's Hotline didn't, but I did anyway. The one I'm using is a white eyeshadow in the shade Snow from You Can Be. I really like this. It's not, you know, anything particularly to write home about, and there is quite a bit of fallout, unfortunately. However, it's pigmented enough for my purposes, and I use that to go over and kind of set that white. It's also worth noting that a couple of times, because of my terrible allergies, I have had to touch up on the makeup underneath my nose, which it looks like I might as well go in for another pass now, considering it's still a problem. So for that, I'm using this Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours Hybrid Powder Foundation. God no, powder foundation. It's quite nice. I have been using it with just one of these little triangle sponges, and I just use that to kind of fix some of the damage that's done under my nose. Careful not to get it on the lipstick from all of my sneezing and coughing and congestion and blowing of the nose. It's really very fun and special kind of nightmare I'm living every single time I get in gig, and I don't know how to fix it. Now, naturally next, I do the same gel eyeliner treatment for the black parts of my eye makeup. This time I'm using an Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is in the shade Jet. This was actually recommended to me when I went to Sephora, as was the black eyeshadow that I used for this as well, which is a Sephora brand eyeshadow. It's actually turned out to be, like, really fucking fierce. So, now we finished the eyes. What's next? Of course, to finish the lips. If I haven't done the second coat of matte black lipstick yet, I go ahead and I do that. And then once it's dry, I take that same silver shimmery from the 18 Hit Wonders palette, and I use that to do this lovely little glossy look. Because actual lip gloss, it really fucks me up. You know, it's just awful. I don't like it. You can't wear long hair, which I famously do all the time. I mean, what length, right? What voluminous locks. Anyway, your hair can get stuck in it, and also it's just like, I don't think it's very reliable. Like, it doesn't look good. I always remember I worked at a department store for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I did not enjoy it. I was working in the back. It was not fun. My supervisor was very nice, but she always wore a lot of lip gloss to the point where every time she opened her mouth, it was like strands of lip gloss on either side. It was like, she looked almost like a tar monster, you know, like one of those mud monsters that's just like every time that, like the fudge monster from the Candy Kingdom episode of The Amazing Digital Circus. I don't know, it's just otherwise beautiful. Otherwise her makeup was stunning. And the lip gloss was a great color for her. It was just so much of it. And lately I've kind of given her a little grace on that because there's really no amount of lip gloss that you can use that isn't going to do that same kind of horse shit. I hate it. I hate it. So I don't use it. This is what I do instead. And I think I learned this trick from watching one of Kim Chi's makeup videos, which is very, very fun. Now, I've got all of the basic pieces on now, which means all that's left to do is apply my lashes. These are just 301s that I think I've quite literally cut one pair in half. I don't like using a lot of lashes. I just do it on like the edge of my eye here, sort of the outer third of it, if that makes sense to you. Really, any lashes will work. I prefer the 301s, but I use a Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. It's not particularly exciting or special. I just use it. And then once I've got all of my makeup done, I'm going to go ahead and take this setting spray, this Maybelline Lasting Fix, which I was using the NYX ones. I loved the marshmallow scented one. I think it is better, but I've been using this and I've had no problems with that either, so that works as well. It really comes down to personal preference. I think setting sprays are sort of just like an extraneous extra step that helps, but is not like 100% necessary or anything. So you really take that with a grain of salt. Do what you like with that. I just like it because then I get to feel fancy and I get to use this giant fan that my sister got me. And then I fan it all and I help it dry. Oh, yeah. Oh. Then we throw on the jewelry and the wig and you get this wonderful little doe-eyed innocent creature you see before you. She's definitely not had 4 husbands, and she definitely hasn't killed 2 of them. Probably not the 2 most recent. I think she's probably got some like regular divorces to sort of throw off suspicion, you know? And then you just flash your acrylic manicure that you got weeks ago, and you really need to start thinking about replacing, because those bitches are growing. But you also might not be sure that you want more acrylics, even though you love them. You might just want to grow out your natural nails and maybe use this as a jumping off point to do so. I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but that's what I want. And that, dear children, is how you do and emulate or avoid and try your best to steer clear of the immaculate, the stunning, the regulatory and government mandated, downplayed, subtle, soft, demure, and mindful Daisy Elizabeth Sinclair Dupree Anastasia Devereaux Maize makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. If you just listened to me rambling to make fun of me, that's fine. Just keep that shit to yourself because I'm sensitive and I'll run you down with my car and I won't feel anything about it. I love that they think that drag queens are a danger to children when in fact I am a danger to everyone. I'm not keeping it limited to children, thank you. I will fucking hit everybody with my car. Oh, that's kind of fierce. I wonder if that's a gang sign. I'm sorry, that's not my intent. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. If you did like everything, then please like this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that nifty little notification bell so that you get notifications every single time I post some brand new plant-based, cartoon, cotton candy, clowny content. Once again, my name is Daisy Maize. I am now ready to go start streaming. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun. We play mostly Wizard 101 there, but also some emulated old school Nintendo 64 games and some Game Boy Advance and DS as well. I've got lots of plans for that. But in any case, my name is Daisy Maize, and I'm wishing you all some very happy days. And if you were wondering, yes, I am not wearing anything under this robe. It's just underwear and legs. Underwear and legs. Listen, I get the powder all over my pants no matter how much I wear the robe and everything. I don't want to do that. You can't make me. Stop yelling at me. Stop screaming at me. I don't deserve that. And it's making me hard. Diamonds. Stone. Bye. Okay, now it's time to take this shit off. Join me as I show you how I do that. First, we're gonna wash our hands. Get rid of all of that sin. How you been? How's your day? Okay, I didn't need to know all that, damn. Pat. Stop looking at my tits. They're not for you, okay? So, naturally my process starts with Albaline. This shit is the best thing I've probably ever spent money on in regards to drag. I used to just use coconut oil, and that was, I wouldn't call it a good choice. In fact, I'd call it a bad one. So, let's get a bunch of that, lather that shit up, and the moment of truth. Oh yeah, there we go. Can't wait for all of the comments saying I'm doing blackface. Delightful. Gonna go ahead and wash my hands again. Oh God. That is not a pleasant picture. Ooh. It's a thunderstorm. Ooh. Is this how I die? Let's find out. Certainly does seem witchy. Next up, you want a washcloth. You can use makeup wipes. I prefer not to. I have those for emergencies. Black washcloths will be your saving grace for anyone on the makeup side of things. See how magically that all just disappears? Oh yeah. My life has been changed ever since buying a thing of Albaline. It is truly world altering. Look at that. Just from one swipe. We're gonna keep going, of course. I went from racial parody to Victorian street urchin, so we're gonna go a little longer. And a third pass. Just for good measure. You like that ASMR, baby? Me neither. Switch places. Excuse me, I just farted. I'm so sorry. Is all of that pent up sexual aggression. You know how when you get out of drag makeup and you're immediately shitting yourself? Because of sex, obviously. I'm sure Freud is having a field day with that and the great beyond. Okay, now I'm satisfied with that. We have removed the makeup. However, on a day like this, I like to also get a little skincare in. So we're gonna go ahead and do my whole routine, shall we? Starting with washing my face. I just use an Aveeno Positively Radiant clear complexion foaming cleanser. I started using it because my sister suggested it and I have never looked back. I got 2 bottles, there's one in the shower. I had very, very bad skin as a child and teenager, and it's something of great pride that I have much better skin now as I approach my grave, as I approach the winter of my life. Feel the rain on your skin. Not wipe. You should be very glad that you can't smell it in here. That real milk that I used in my iced coffee is doing what it does best. I ran out of oat milk, okay? Leave me alone. Now, naturally, I'm me, so the next step is obvious. Very sexy. Very sexy. We all know. I don't need to say it. We all know it's very sexy. All right, now we have some work to do because I'm going to start with my moisturizer here. This is Lavender Lime Moisturizer by Lather. Clean skin for a radiant life. I don't remember. I think I got this at like a small sample size and I loved it so much that I ordered a full bottle because it's been my go-to moisturizer and it smells so nice, it feels so nice and so fresh. Oh, I love it. Now, I do use Ipsy, and they send skincare products as well. So I've been trying a bunch of their skincare products. And one that I've been using a lot lately that I really like is this Almoringa Moisturizing Cream for your face. Hello, that's it there. I have been using that a lot for getting out of drag and just like at the end of a long day as well. So I just do like a little pea-sized dollop of that, and we throw that in as well. Perhaps you're not supposed to mix the two. I don't care, I do. Don't tell me what to do. You better be a licensed dermatologist and wanna fuck me if you want me to do it. You tell me to. Both, gotta be both. So that's lovely. Now, as you saw with my makeup, my eyes especially just fucking go through it. So I have one other product that I would like to use for that specifically, and that is Nip Fab Illuminate Éclaireur. That's what it looks French. Vitamin C eye cream, 10%. Vitamin C Fix eye cream, 10%. Y'all, you motherfuckers need to get better at describing your shit. Here's what it is. Here's the container. That's what we're using. Okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I know I should wash the other products off of my hand first. I don't want to. What I do want is to put a little dollop on each of my ring fingers. A nice small one. It's like a grain of rice kind of situation. And then just gonna go under the eyes. We're gonna pat that all around. I haven't noticed anything good or bad as a result of this, but it feels fancy, so I've been continuing to do it. Perhaps it does nothing. Perhaps it does everything. Maybe this is the reason I will live to see 200. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll die tonight. Who's to say? Wonderful. Okay. Now, of course, lips are a whole nother school of thought. They got their own situation going on. I use a couple of products for that. First off, I just use Carmex. I've never noticed anything bad about it. If it does something terrible to you, I don't know about it. I start with that. And then I've also been using this lovely lip butter that I got from Dew of the Gods. Sorbet Hyaluronic Lip Butter. It's felt very nice. It feels very fancy. Hang on. There we go. Remember that girl from the department store I told you about who had like way too much lip gloss on? This is kind of what that looked like. Very sexy, very, very sexy, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and use that face cloth at a dry spot. Pat off some of that excess so I don't drown in it. Drown in it! Now I'm ready to finish this shit off. So a couple of things I'm gonna do. First of all, you want my earrings again? My go-to daily earrings. These nails have made it very difficult to put my earrings in and take them out. Fun little fact for you, I have been suffering, but it's for fashion, so it's worth it. Throw on some deodorant, because we stank. We've been through it. Give my glasses a good fucking wipe. They've been around a lot of products today. And there we go. Final step, I have this lovely body mist, lavender and chamomile that I use to relax. It's full of pot. Just kidding. It's just lavender and chamomile as far as I know. What's the ingredients? That's a lot of ingredients. But it's meant to be, it's like aromatherapy, so I like to... It smells so nice and relaxing. And I always get it in my mouth. That part's not so relaxing. So there you go. That's how I get out of it. Follow me into the other room and I will give you sort of a little closing situation. First, I'm starving. I want Taco Bell and this thunderstorm will not stop me. Be right back. Oh, my knees. You didn't hear that. I regret nothing. So yeah, there's my general sort of makeup tutorial there. I hope you liked it. If you did, then by all means, please like this video, comment, maybe share it with your friends, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and then hit that nifty little notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post some brand new plant-based cartoon cotton candy clowny content. And hey, if you want to see me attempt a tutorial on one of my other previous makeup looks or a brand new one that you've seen someone else do, let me know. I'll do my best. Unless you're doing something that is very distinctively going to get me canceled, I think I'll pass on that, thank you. You know, I think that's just the paranoia talking. For you amazing digital circus fans out there, my favorite character is Kinger. And I imagine a lot of things are starting to make sense now. Anyway, I had a lovely time. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Daisy Maize, and I am wishing you all some very happy days. I need to go take a goddamn nap. Bye!